welcome to the Autocar Show. Now I'm here in Madras at the Sriperumbudur track, so obviously I've got something really hot and exciting to drive. Now, if you know anything about motorsport, you'll know why I have this big smile plastered across my face. Because this car is something we've been waiting for a really long time. Well, we're bringing you exclusively the Mitsubishi Evo 10. Jaw-dropping, drool-worthy stunner, or simply put, wow, is what your first impression of this menacing-looking car will be. The big duct for a nostril, the fish gill-like vents on the bonnet, all give it a shark-like front. Angles, curves, contours, all made with aerodynamics in mind, give it a lean and muscular appeal. Look at this car from any angle and it screams aggression. Even the rear, whilst the big boot lid is still there, the spoiler on top and the sharply angled taillights distract your attention, giving it serious attitude. That's what this car is all about, attitude. This car is really quick, and you know, there's an amazing sound from this turbo. It's just really exciting to drive, and you can see by the smile on my face that I'm having a total blast here. The thing about all this power is it's a bit deceptive. Silencers on the twin exhaust make it a muted growl, and it doesn't screech off the start line or shove you back in the seat when you start off from zero. But get past the 3000 RPM mark and the Evo is on song. Suddenly, every tap of the accelerator, you're slammed back into your seat and the engine just doesn't let up at all. Power delivery is linear and strong. Mitsubishi is wringing out 291 bhp from a 1.9 litre engine with a mother of a turbo, so this initial lag is a little understandable. But it's so well covered up by the gearbox that it's barely noticeable. And what's really superb about it is the shift downs. They're just fantastic, you know. Punch the gears and it shifts exactly where you want it to. The brilliant part about it is even when you're in auto mode, tap the brakes and the gear shifts down immediately. Especially when you have it on sports mode, the gears are already pre-selected and the car just accelerates without hesitation. The amazing part is that it's equally quick on the downshifts. Now, coming from me, who's a hardcore manual person, especially on a racetrack, it says a lot for this gearbox that I was having fun. Once I'd wrapped my head around all the power delivery, I realized I was smiling like a little kid who'd just been handed a lollipop because of the way this car corners. And with all that power, you have an amazing steering. This car corners brilliantly. The steering is like a go-kart. Turn it in, it goes exactly where you want it to. It's razor sharp. The Evo feels like a giant piece of scotch tape is gripping it down to the road. Strong Brembo brakes, fantastic turn-in, and a balanced body all make you push the Evo harder and harder around the corners. You have to really provoke the chassis by backing off the throttle and suddenly turning in harder than necessary to settle into a nice neutral drift. Once you do, man, you can't wipe the smile off your face. This car is fun to drive. Holding it onto the road is a host of systems like active central differential that optimizes the front and rear torque split, active yaw control working on the rear axle adding power or braking the wheels individually as is needed. And these can be optimized by selecting a number of driving situations like snow, gravel or tarmac. Driving this car is serious fun and I have been raving about it. But it's only when you come to a stop that you begin to notice what's inside with you. Though it's all very high-tech and carbon fiber, the interior is a bit basic for a car that's going to cost you upwards of 50 lakh. Yes, that's what the price tag's going to be. But that's just it. You notice these things only when you stop. When you're driving, all else can be ignored. Sure, you could get another luxury car that's more practical, would give you better interiors and have more refinement. But really, would it be as much fun or would it have as much attitude? Besides, if you really want that leisurely drive, there is ample space in the car for the whole family and there is a reasonably sized boot
and for the driver, some really comfy seats.
And I love the seats because they just envelop you when you're inside. Nice sporty attitude, but apart from that, it could be an everyday Lancer.
Now, being on a track is different to being on regular terrain, so we took it out onto the roads and see how it copes. The Evo did pretty well there too. In normal mode, it coped with the traffic, the gearbox seemed to accept it all, and the clearance ensured that we went over pretty much everything. And though the ride was a little firm, it was not bad at all.
Aggressive styling, breathtaking performance and practicality is what this car is all about. Mitsubishi have given this Evo 10 a softer, more rounded appeal. So it's not only a car that you can go out and that passionate drive and enjoy, but it's a car your wife won't mind taking the kids to school in. And when you go out at night, you're going to turn heads as well. But considering the price tag that this one has in India, it's only going to be real enthusiasts that bite the bait.